the last 1 month, the Congress and BJP have sparred over a series of issues, especially those related to the union government's role with respect to controlling the spread of the coronavirus pandemic. Last week, the Congress and BJP engaged in a war of words on Twitter over a recent list of loan defaulters released by the RBI. Top leaders in BJP said that the central government did not waive loans of willful defaulters, while the Congress alleged that the government's handling of the issue benefited economic fugitives such as Vijay Mallya, Nirav Modi and Mehul Choksi. Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar said that former Congress President Rahul Gandhi should take economics lessons from his party colleague and former Finance Minister P. Chidambaram. It all started with Wayanad MP and former Congress President Rahul Gandhi saying that the centre hid the list of defaulters from the public as they were friends of the BJP. The Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman questioned this in 13 tweets and said that the Congress is trying to mislead people. The Congress had alleged that an RTI reply from RBI had shown that banks have technically written off 68,607 crore rupees in outstanding loans of top 50 willful defaulters, including economic offenders Mehul Choksi and Vijay Mallya. Chief spokesperson of Congress Randeep Surjewala released the list of the defaulters while sharing the response of the RBI to an RTI query filed by activist Saket Gokhale. Surjewala demanded answers from the Prime Minister on why their loans were waived when the country was reeling under serious economic stress. He also said this reflects the misconceived priorities and dishonest intentions of the Modi government. The government is accused of not having money to give the states to fight coronavirus and to pay allowances to government employees, pensioners and defense personnel, but is capable of waiving loans of the rich. Reacting to this list, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi said he had asked the government in parliament about the names of the top 50 bank loan defaulters, but the finance minister did not answer his question. He also said that RBI has given out the list, which includes Nirav Modi, Mehul Choksi and many of BJP's friends. That was why this truth was held back from parliament. The Congress alleged the government waived loans worth 6.66 lakh crore rupees since 2014 till September 2019. According to the RTI reply, the company of Choksi, known as Geetanjali Gems, tops the list of the defaulters with an amount of 5,492 crore rupees. Choksi's other firms, Gilly India and Nakshatra Brands, also have loans of 1,447 crore rupees and 1,109 crore rupees, which are also written off. This is followed by REI Agro with 4,314 crore and Winsome Diamonds with 4,076 crore rupees. Vikram Kothari's Rotomac is the fourth in the list according to the details provided by the RBI. He and his son Rahul Kothari were arrested by the CBI for bank loan default. So, the company Rotomac Global Private Limited has 2,850 crore rupees technically written off and Kudos Chemi Limited with 2,326 crore rupees, Ruchi Soya Industries Limited, now owned by Ramdev's Patanjali, with 2,212 crore rupees and Zoom Developers Private Limited with 2,012 crore rupees are the other companies to default on the payment. Mallya's Kingfisher Airlines is in the list at number 9 with outstanding of 1,943 crore rupees, which have been written technically off by the banks. Forever Precious Jewellery and Diamonds Private Limited has loans of 1,962 crore rupees written off, while Deccan Chronicle Holdings Limited have 1,915 crore rupees written off loans according to the RTI reply. Next, we will be seeing the replies of Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. But before that, let's see what is the difference between writing off and waiving a loan. Waiving is like a loan amnesty where a borrower has no liability against the loan. Write-off is an accounting procedure in case of a bad loan where a bank takes a hit only in its book but the liability of the borrower continues. A loan account is declared NPA, which means a non-performing asset, if a borrower is unable to service the loan for over 90 days. In that case, the lender, that is the bank, has to make a provision in its book for accounting purpose as per RBI IRAC guidelines. IRAC means income recognition and asset classification. So, as per RBI, in case of insolvency, the minimum write-off is 50%, but the liability of borrower or the defaulter continues in full. Now let's get back to the word war between the ruling and opposition parties. In a thread of 13 tweets, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman countered Congress leader Rahul Gandhi about the RBI bank defaulters list. The Finance Minister noted that provisions are made for NPAs as per the 4-year provisioning cycle laid down by the RBI. Upon full provisioning being done, banks write off the fully provided NPA but continue to pursue recovery against the borrower, and that no loan is waived off. She said that from 2009 to 2010 and 2013 to 2014, scheduled commercial banks had written off 1,45,226 crore rupees. She further said that Rahul Gandhi and Congress spokesperson Randeep Surjewala were willfully misleading the people and asked Gandhi to consult Manmohan Singh on what the writing off is about. She went on to tweet that, and I quote, "Those defaulters who do not repay despite having capacity to pay, divert or siphon off funds or dispose of secured assets without bank's permission are categorized as willful defaulters. They are those well-connected promoters who benefited from UPA's phone banking." The Finance Minister also quoted former RBI Governor Raghuram Rajan to cite what was happening during the UPA regime. She said that a large number of bad loans originated in the period of 2006 to 2008. Too many loans were made to well-connected promoters who have a history of defaulting on their loans. Public sector bankers even continued financing promoters. While private sector banks were getting out, RBI could have raised more flags about the quality of lending. The Finance Minister went on to quote the cases of Nirav Modi, Mehul Choksi and Vijay Mallya. She said that in Mehul Choksi's case, attachments of 1,936.95 crore rupees were made, including seizure of 597.75 crore rupees. A red notice was issued and an extradition request has been sent to Antigua. In Nirav Modi's case, immovable and movable properties worth more than 2,387 crore rupees were attached and he is in prison in the UK. She also said that there is no extradition request for Vijay Mallya by the Indian government and the UK High Court has ruled for extradition. The Finance Minister claimed that 9,967 recovery suits, 3,515 FIRs invoking Fugitive Amendment Act in cases are on now, and total value of attachment and seizures in the cases of Nirav Modi, Mehul Choksi and Vijay Mallya is 18,332.7 crore rupees. She also said bank-wise details of aggregate funded amount outstanding and amount technically or prudentially written off pertaining to top 50 willful defaulters was provided as an annex to the answer to Lok Sabha question 305 of Rahul Gandhi on 16th March 2020. She also accused the Congress of not showing any commitment or inclination to stop corruption while in power or when in opposition. As the Finance Minister was responding to the opposition party's allegations of loan waiver, P. Chidambaram said that one cannot deny the rule that banks can write off loans technically and recoveries can continue against willful defaulters, but Why was the rule applied to fugitives like Nirav Modi, Mehul Choksi and Vijay Mallya who fled the country after committing frauds? The former finance minister said his view was that when defaulters are fugitives, the technical rule in the book should not be applied to them. But this rule can be applied to other categories of defaulters. He also accused Nirmala Sitharaman of taking shelter behind the technical rule. He attacked the government over the issue of bad loans, accusing it of weakening the entire banking architecture fiscally and not caring for the consequences in the name of cleaning the system. Whenever a BJP member is questioned about matters concerning to money, they blame Congress. Now, we should ask ourselves, is the government suggesting that no loans were given after 2014 or that all loans given after 2014 are performing loans? One can technically write off loans of defaulters and willful defaulters who stay back and try to face an enquiry. But why do they have to apply that rule to a willful defaulter who has fled India and the government has declared him a fugitive? Why does this rule apply to Nirav Modi's, Vijay Mallya's and Mehul Choksi's? No one knows if these loans were recoverable or not, as it would depend on whether these fugitives have assets in India or abroad. That's why the bona fides of this government are being questioned. Let us know in the comments what you think about the loan defaulter situation in India. Do you think the government is only in support of corporates? What type of loans do you think should be waived off? Thank you for the support. Stay connected with us. This is Nisha PS.